Hey everybody. So, welcome to Dual Credit English. I'm your instructor, Mr. Nimon, or you can call me Professor. I am a college professor. I teach English. I teach this class in the evenings over at Lone Star College. So, I just wanted to say hello, introduce you, let you see what I look like, and I will hopefully see you when school starts up again. Some of you I will see face to face September 8th. Some of you will still be online, and that's perfectly fine. Do whatever makes you comfortable, whatever makes you feel safe, and we'll soldier through it. So, a little bit about myself and about the class, and we'll get more into this in detail later, but essentially, dual credit, what is it? Well, it's like the name implies, it is dual credit. It is simultaneous credit of high school and college. So when you're taking my class, you're not just taking a high school class. You are actually quite literally taking a college class that happens to reside in a high school classroom. You are signed up through Lone Star College. You are officially college students. So what that means is whatever grade you get in my class will be the first grade, assuming that you're only taking one dual credit course, whatever dual credit courses you're taking, those will be the first grades of your college career. And you will take those grades with you to whatever university that you apply to, whether it's A&M, UT, whatever. That grade that you make in my class and any other DC class that you have, that's your transcript. That's your GPA. So it's really in your best interest to get the best grade that you possibly can out of all of your DC classes. Now, the good news is, and the huge difference between AP and DC, is that at the end of the year, as long as you get a C or better in my class, you get college credit. As long as you get a C or better in all of your DC classes, you get college credit for those classes. You don't have to take an exam at the end of the year to see if you do or don't get credit. Okay, so that's a huge plus for you. Now, one of the drawbacks to taking dual credit is that it is not as universally accepted as AP. So whereas, I'm just guessing on statistics here, but whereas let's say 95% of colleges out there will accept AP credit, DC is a much more niche acceptance. Pretty much every school in Texas and the surrounding states will accept dual credit, and a bunch of states outside, I know like Florida accepts dual credit and so on and so forth. Louisiana, Oklahoma, Arkansas, I know they all accept dual credit. But if you're planning on going to a private school or a lesser popular, if you'll say, school, you're going to need to check to see if they will accept your dual credit credits or not. So it really just depends on what path you're choosing. So back to dual credit itself. So again, I'll get more into this when we start the class, but basically, like I said, it is a college class. So I'm going to hold you to a higher standard than you're probably used to. Okay, before this class, you were in pre-AP or on level. And there were certain expectations, and I know those expectations were high, but now you're in college. There's a certain level of maturity, a certain level of adult expectation that comes with being in a college class, regardless of your age. So something to keep in mind, for example, is that this is a class for sharing of ideas and for learning and for expanding our horizons. And I'm going to treat you with a great deal of respect. And it's my expectation that you will treat me and your fellow students with that same level of respect. So anyway, that's my mean speech. So I wanted to also share a little bit about myself. Like I said, my name is Mr. Nimon, or you can call me Professor Nimon if you want to be formal about it. I've been teaching, this is year 16 for me, which is insane to think about. I've been teaching college for as long as some of you have been alive, which really makes me feel old. But that being said, I'm a huge, huge movie buff. I love, 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 love movies. When I first started my career, I didn't start out as a teacher. I actually started as a filmmaker. I worked in the film industry for a couple of years before deciding it just wasn't for me, but I still took my love of movies with me. So I will talk about movies a lot. If you have a movie that you want to talk to me about, chances are I've seen it and would love to talk to you about it. I have my crowning jewel in my house is not this really awesome curtain behind me, but my man cave. In my man cave, I have a huge 80-inch television. I have wall-to-wall DVDs. And when I say wall-to-wall, I mean like the last time I counted, I had something in the neighborhood of about 2,000 DVDs. So quite happy about my man cave with the huge TV, surround sound, and DVDs, and my Xbox. But as you can tell, I'm kind of a gamer. This is not my man cave, by the way. But anyway, so I have a master's. I have my bachelor's in radio and television and film, and I have my master's in curriculum instruction and English, both from Sam Houston State University. Eat 'em up, cats. I have a beautiful wife and 3 wonderful stepchildren, and I passionately love what I do. And I welcome you aboard. I think you're going to have a wonderful time. I'm a pretty chill guy. As long as you follow the rules and do what I ask, we'll get along just fine. And I think you're going to learn a lot, and I think you're going to have some fun while you do it. My personal philosophy is, number 1, that everybody is capable. If you put your mind to it, you can do it. You are capable. You are good enough. And doggone it, people like you. The other philosophy that I have is that if you try, you'll succeed. Maybe not to the level that you necessarily want, but you will succeed. And so, anyway, if you want to see a little bit more about my philosophy on teaching and about students in general, I have a TED Talk. I was actually given the distinction, the privilege of giving a TED Talk back in 2018. So if you want to see that, I've attached the link here as well. And we'll get through this together. So the other thing I wanted to say is the other philosophy I was trying to think in my head, I knew I was forgetting something, is this class is a writing class. I'm going to teach you how to write at the college level. Now, how do you get better at something? You practice, right? So the way you get better at writing at the college level is you practice, and you practice a lot. So in my class, we don't do much in the way of Scantrons. I don't give Scantron tests. I give like 2 Scantron tests the whole year. The rest of the time, the vast majority of your major grades and even your daily grades are going to be writings. You're going to write, you're going to write, and you're going to write. And then just when your hand's about to fall off, you're going to write some more. Because that's how you get better. And by the end of this year, you'll have written more than you ever thought you would be able to. You're going to look at assignments and you're going to go, 5 pages, please, give me a challenge. And that's the attitude you're going to have by the end of this year. It's not uncommon for students to write 10-page papers in my class because they just have so much to say about the topics. And so, speaking of the topics, I have a personal philosophy about that. If you're bored writing it, I'm bored reading it. So I try to give you topics that I think you're going to actually be entertained by, but also learn from. So, anyway, I can't wait to meet you guys, and I hope that you stay healthy and stay safe, and that you're reading your summer reading book. Okay, I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care.